Hey there guys, I'm Zach and this is Zach's Editing, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create this cool polygonal vector in Illustrator. So let's get straight into it. So let's go File, New. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good size. We'll just call it Apple Polygonal Vector Tutorial. And we'll hit OK. And then we just want to open up our photo. Now that we've got that, we're just going to create a new layer, and then with this Apple layer, if we just click here, it'll lock it, so then we can't move it at all and we won't accidentally move it when we're creating the artwork. So this one's not going to be as detailed as the one you just saw, but I mean, it depends. Maybe you don't want it too detailed, or maybe you do want it really detailed, so it depends on what you want. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the pen tool. And then with the pen tool, what we're going to do, make sure we're still on layer 2. And then we're just going to start drawing these triangles. So I'll do quite big ones at the moment. And so now that we've got this triangle, we just want to go ahead and click on the fill and then just click none. So now what we'll see is there's no fill, so you can still see into it. So then we can just go ahead and make sure that whenever you're clicking on these anchor points, so it puts it right next to each other. So then what you want to do is, this is the long part that takes a while, and you just want to go around and click and make your triangles. And so what I just realized is it's a lot easier if it's actually filled in, so we might just go ahead and just put that onto a white fill, because then you can see exactly where you've done and where you need to go and keep creating those new layers. So we'll just put it on that white fill that we had there. And then we can just keep going. And that is the last triangle. So now what you'll see is this. And if you just unselect those, you'll sometimes look around and you can see these very, very faint lines. They're fine, because if you zoom in, they're not actually differences. But say you might see some that are like this, and it's just where you've just slightly missed. So if you just go to the direct selection tool, and then you can just select the specific anchor point, and you can just drag it. So now that we see that that's fully complete, I think we have another slight one here. Yeah, we can see that it's not quite at that point, so we'll just drag it with the direct selection tool. And apart from that, everything looks pretty good. So now we'll just go ahead and just select this whole layer, and then we can go to the fill, and then we'll just put it onto none. So now we'll have all of these parts, and this looks quite confusing, but this is quite a simple process. So what you just want to do is just click on a triangle, say this one, and then you'll just hit I, which brings up the eyedropper, and then you can just click here, and then it'll fill your foreground, which is filling this triangle at the same time. So you'll just go between V, and then, so I just hit V, and then I'll hit I again and do that, and then I'll hit V again and I, and then click that. Oh, thought we're up there. So I'm just going through, and sometimes you might not be able to select this, and that's fine. You can just hover over that and then just hold shift and unclick that one, and then hit I again and do that. So now we'll just go around and just choose those colors. Okay, so now that we've got that, what we can just do is select this layer, and we'll just make sure that there's no triangles that we've missed filling in. And I don't think so. Looks pretty good. So now we can just go ahead and just delete this layer. So if we just unlock it, just select it, and then just go down to this little rubbish bin icon. And now what we have is this little artwork. So obviously this one doesn't look as good as my other one, because I didn't spend as much time on it, but I'm sure yours would look very good if you put the time into it. So now what we can just do is create another layer, and we'll just drag the layer underneath, and then we might just go to the ellipse tool, and we'll just draw a little ellipse, and this is just going to be the shadow. So we'll just put it to black, and then we'll just go effect, blur, Gaussian blur, just preview that, and I think that looks pretty good. So now this artwork's completely done and it's looking pretty cool. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and you're able to make your own polygonal vector artwork thing, whatever it's called. So I'll see you in the next one.